You are now tuned into SECZN Live. It's your boy Tez. And we got a special episode here today. We are talking about Senior Bowl. And I got my guy with me. Let me bring him up. Nick Frazier, Water Cooler Talks Boys. Nick, how you doing, man?
Well, man, I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Man, I'm doing pretty good, man. Doing pretty good. Got a pretty excited show for these guys tonight, man. How are you post Senior Bowl, right? Because that's, you see from the thumbnail, that's kind of what we're going to talk about here a bit. How are you? Are you rested? Are you warm?
Definitely warm. Yeah, definitely warm. Rested. I feel good. But hey, I'm not mad about it because guess what? When you get to do what you love, what they say is not work. Even though it feels like work in the middle of it while you're doing it, but it's not work.
Know,
you get to do what you love.
The way my feet were hurting, it felt like work. Felt like work, man. Let's go ahead and take a look and see who joined us so far, man. And we got Tim 2, man, saying War Dan, right back at you. You got Huggy checking in, man. Huggy, what's going on, man? Good to see you. He said, it seems like forever since I heard that intro. Yeah, it's been a while, man. We're trying to get it all back crack-a-lacking and back on the regular, man. Got some new stuff that may be coming forward, too, so be on look out for that. As always, what's happening? We got Travelpreneur in the building giving me the salute. I'm saluting you right back, my guy. Tim 2, man, says Nick and then Flames.
Yeah, man.
Expired. Man? Okay. And then we got Dwight checking in with those words that I cannot say, but I appreciate you for joining, man. Everybody speaking in the chat. All right. Do what you love and you never have to work a day in your life. Yeah, that's the old adage, man. Yeah, that's the old adage. Yeah.
What
So
they say.
that's what we're trying to get to here, man. That's what we're trying to get to here. Tired of working. Working is overrated.
A little bit.
A
lot of bit.
And Huggy saying, just don't change the intro. I don't have any plans to change the intro, man. So it should be there for a while. Maybe add some more graphics or something like that, but I kind of like the music, so we're gonna stick with that. All right, man. So let's get right into it, man. We're gonna talk about today the Senior Bowl, right? I mean, you see from the thumbnails, some things have changed, right? I think I don't know if you would agree with that. But I think some things definitely changed when it comes to the draft, by what happened at the Senior Bowl, right? But before we dive into that real quick, first things first, make sure you're subscribed and liking the channel, right? So go ahead and like the video. Go ahead and subscribe. That way you can get in on the conversation. I promise you guys this will get interactive. You know how we do. And if you want to participate in that, you got to be part of the Keyboard Collective. The only way to be part of the Keyboard Collective is you got to subscribe, right? And it's 2026. And of course, they're accepting memberships. Man, Keyboard Collective, where your comments are the currency. So you want to donate to the name, image, and likeness of SECZN. All you got to do is drop a comment in the chat. That goes a long way to help us out in the algorithm and to help us grow and bring you more content. All right, Nick, man. So what I got here for you guys is well, before we get into that, let's go ahead and do this. You guys asked, right? Everybody asked, everybody did ask for a while about these SECZN hoodies, right? So we made that happen. If you look at the pinned comment in the chat, there is a link. You can follow said link and you will be able to purchase your own SECZN hoodie, right? They kind of look like this. All right. Hold on, let me get this out of the way. I thought I got it out of the way, but it looks like it's still on screen. No, there it is. All right. Yeah, it look like this, right? You can be a cool kid. You can get you a nice hoodie. The chain is sold separately, so you have to provide that yourself, and the glasses are sold separately too. But they are available now. The link is pinned in the chat if you want to grab one, so you can be part of the cool kids, and look important when you show at the football games. I'm telling you, everybody's gonna ask you, "Is that? What is that you have on? Where did you get that?" If you want that kind of stuff to happen to you on a regular basis, grab you one of these hoodies. Right now, we're only doing gray. We got more colors coming out. Uh, Probably this gold and the white one is in popular demand, just trying to make that happen. But you can grab your own in the chat. These are available now, and they are produced and sold by IC Art Designs. IC Art Designs is my wife, Tracy. She has a company that prints and sells apparel. And if you hadn't figured it out, IC Art is her name spelled backwards. So I came up with that. I just
That's
want to throw
good.
that out there. I just want to throw that out there. All right, man. Let's just get us back on the screen. All right, man. So first of all, Nick, I know you guys can see this picture right here, but as we talk, I'm going to start this slideshow, and it's just random dump pictures from my camera that I took while we are there. But first things first, Nick, I'm going to put up um SE seasons. All this is in the way. Hold on. All right, this is SE season. Um, Senior Bowl standouts, right? For me.
Okay. Okay.
And if you hadn't checked out Nick's article on watercoolertalksports.com, he did a great article on standouts, man. I really enjoyed reading it. He was on point. So make sure you go over there and show him some love, man, on the website watercoolertalksports.com. Did I get that right, Nick?
Yes, that's it.
All right, man. So already make sure you go ahead and check that out, man. But here at SE season, uh, I know you guys are concentrated and you're really concerned about SEC players. So I tried to rank these players according to who I felt moved up the draft boards a bit uh,
Mhm.
with their Senior Bowl performances, and I tried to put them in order of how I thought that impact was made right here. So the first person on that list is Jeremiah Wright, followed by Zion Young, Caleb Banks from Florida, Kieran Crawford from Auburn, of course. And then we got Seth McGowan and Josh Cuevas. No quarterbacks on this list. No
Mm-mm.
quarterbacks. Of
Mm.
course, yeah, we had two SEC quarterbacks there in
Mhm.
Diego Pavia and Garrett Nussmeier.
Taylor
But I
Green was
feel
there too.
Taylor Green was there also. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. But I feel like all three of them still have some work to do to increase their draft stock. I just don't think the Senior Bowl moved them as much.
Mhm.
But out of those guys, if in case you guys are wondering, I think that probably Nuss was the most consistent of them all um, throughout the
Of
week.
those 3 guys?
Of those three guys throughout the week.
Okay. Okay.
What
Okay.
what do you think so?
Between those 3, yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
if you saying overall as a whole, I think it's a whole 'nother person.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. For sure. For sure. For sure. Now, if I had to do this list without SEC players, probably Jacob Rodriguez would be my number one on
Oh,
on this list. But
easily,
with just
easily.
SEC players, man, I think Jeremiah Wright earned himself some money at the Senior Bowl.
Surely
Every
did.
time you looked up, he was a physical presence, man. Uh, so, also, while we're doing this, man, while we're talking about this, any questions you have about our experience or my experience or anything you want to ask about the Senior Bowl, just go ahead and drop that in the chat. We're gonna have a little question and answer session. Anything you can think of, anything you can think of. It doesn't even have to be football related. Just anything you can think of about the week that you maybe some of you always wanted to know about the Senior Bowl. If I can answer it, I will. All right, man. So, let's talk about them, man. We'll go ahead and start, man, with Jeremiah Wright. What did you see from Jeremiah Wright, man? Am I off base by putting him at number one as far as SEC players moving up or standing out at the Senior Bowl?
Nah, you pretty on point with that one because I mean, when you look at the guys that were there, a lot of those guys were, I don't want to say names, that people knew, but they were kind of more well known. Um, I would say probably some GMs, maybe to some NFL teams. And I'm not saying Jeremiah Wright was not known to these teams because he is. Interior offensive line is a very premium position, very important position in the NFL. It just is. Offensive line
True.
is just important everywhere. But when you say raise their draft stock, when you saw him have, how when you saw the physical nature of how he played up front and up close and personal, it made you have to take another look at him and be like, we might need to take a look at this guy a little bit more and see exactly what else can we get and what else are we getting with this guy. Because it was just that good. I'm not sure if he was high on a lot of people's draft boards
Right.
before Senior Bowl week started, but I'm pretty sure definitely after Senior Bowl week he was. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure after he
Yeah.
was.
Man, like I said, every time you looked on the field, he was the most physical presence on the field. If he was doing the drill, if he was you know, in any of the practice drills, any of the scrimmages, he was on the offensive line pushing people around. Um,
Mhm.
that wasn't something he just did on the plains. It wasn't something he did to inferior talent. The best of the best talent in the conference, I saw Jeremiah Wright pushing him around this week.
Yep.
Um,
Yep.
so
Yep.
you take with that what you will. If that means that he moves up the draft board, um, like you said, his position is a premium in the trenches. Physicality is a premium in the trenches, especially in the NFL. I think that this guy is going to make some money for himself. Um, no doubt, no doubt.
And the
So
fact and the fact that he was selected a team captain for the American team as well.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I forgot about that. Yeah, he was
Yep.
absolutely selected the team captain for the American team. So I'm gonna go ahead and flash this list real quick, one more time, and we'll go ahead and move to number 2, Zion Young. Man, I got him at number 2. I think maybe you could have moved it around after that a little bit, but I think Zion Young was, I mean, as advertised, long, athletic, quick.
Mhm.
Uh, in the post game presser, Josh Cuevas is talking, and they asked him, which player gave him the most trouble, and he says Zion Young. And I quote, they asked why, and I quote, he has everything. That's
Yep.
exactly what Josh Cuevas said. Why
Yep.
does he give you so much trouble? Because he has everything. He could, speed to power, full rush. He could drop back in the coverage. Super athletic. Has the size, has the measurable. Zion Young, I think moved up some draft boards. I think he probably was pretty high to begin with. But if you
Mhm.
had any doubt about Zion Young, drafting Zion Young, if you watch that Senior Bowl footage or any of those practices, man, you probably erased all of that doubt with what he was able
Mhm.
to put on the field, man. What do you got to think about that, man?
No, that's I totally agree. Totally agree. Being able to be the long, athletic, strong, physical, um, just the way that he played, man. The way that he played all week, the consistency. Most of the guys that's on that you see on the list were just really consistent throughout the week. They just
True.
had consistent. There wasn't like high ups or low lows. It was just kind of like this. It
Right.
wasn't like this, you know. It
Right.
was just, kind of just, just in this. If they got beat one time, they'll come back and they'll get it back again. It's just all the way around. And Zion Young showed that this week, man. He did. I mean, last week, excuse me, man. And I mean, yeah, I think he probably moved himself up, probably. I wouldn't be surprised if he get a phone call in the first or second round, man.
Yeah, me
I
neither.
wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised by that. I wouldn't be surprised by that. Just how well he looked all season. And then we had a chance. We was walking to the post game press conference. Had the opportunity. It was just walking right by me. Just looking up at him. I'm just like, man,
Yeah.
yeah, this dude. This dude is he legit. Yeah, he legit is every bit of what they say he is. And so yeah, I look at him and I say, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised come draft, like if he's And I'm gonna say it. I think dude is a first round pick. I think he's a first round pick. I think he going in the
Pass
first round.
pass rushing's a premium, man, and it
Yes,
well, let me ask you this. How many pass rushers do you think there are in this draft better than this Zion Hill?
that's a good point. That's a good question. That's a good question. Coming off the edge,
Coming off the edge rushers.
I mean, he would be the
Maybe
first. He would be one of the first three that come to mind that I'm
maybe
thinking
Ruben
of. I
Bain.
can't. Yeah, Ruben May, Messador, probably. Those
Yeah.
would probably be two that I would probably put ahead of him. I'm trying to think of anybody else that would probably be ahead of him. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I think Zion. He would definitely have to be. Yeah, he definitely in that top five. So if he's in that top five, if you are saying he's a top five edge in this class, then he's definitely going in the first within the first 2 rounds.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure, no doubt. In this draft, to be honest with you, like, I just got a feeling that this is a heavily defensive draft, right? Just even based on what we
Mm,
saw out there at the Senior Bowl, it's like, if you look at the list I just put up, even, it's like, it's just defensive players, especially the trenches, defensive linemen, interior defenders, edge rushers, linebackers. Like, this draft is kinda stacked full of them.
mhm,
So,
mhm.
um, yeah, I think, man, this is a guy who could move up into the first round of this draft for sure, man. No doubt. But we're gonna keep it moving, man. We're gonna talk about the next guy on the list, Caleb Banks. Right?
Yeah,
I got
man.
Caleb Banks at number
Yeah.
3 here. I tell you this, man, massive human being.
Yes.
Right? This is
Yes.
a big dude. Now, he again, everybody's been pretty high on him. If you don't know who Caleb Banks is, if you didn't know what Caleb Banks provided for Florida, you've been under a rock. You haven't watched Florida football
Mhm.
because he
Mhm.
flashes every single time he's on the screen. And what was surprising for me from Caleb Banks was how well his pass rush moves are. In the pass rush drills, how he was able to swim over guys, beat guys with speed actually for such a big
Yep.
guy. Was really, really impressive, man. What do you think about the week that Caleb Banks had?
Yeah, at first, I'm gonna be honest with you. At first, he wasn't on my radar at first because I was
Okay.
my radar. I was looking at Lee Hunter, and Lee Hunter lived up to every
Right.
expectation that I thought he would be. But we talk about SEC guys,
Right,
but
right.
he wasn't on my radar. I thought that you would see more from. I thought the name at the end of the week everybody would be talking about would be Tim Keenan or LT Overton. Is who I thought everybody would be talking about at the end of the
Yeah, me
week.
too. Me too.
I mean, yeah, people knew they were people knew they were there, and I'm not saying that they didn't have a great week because they've had a pretty solid week. But when you talk about guys that moved up or solidified their rankings on the list, um, yeah, Caleb Banks had a really good week, man. Like
He
like like I
did.
said, like I said, he I don't know. A lot of people saw the rep that he had with Jeremiah Wright in one on
Mhm.
ones. Jeremiah Wright beat him, and then
Right.
he asked to get that rep back. Like
Yeah,
at the
yeah,
end of
asked
the
for
at the
another
end of the
rep.
whistle. Yeah, he asked for another rep and actually won that rep. So it just kind of even out. So I mean, yeah, I'm just looking at it and I'm just saying, man, yeah, it was. He flashed to me in that second practice. Like the second practice is when I saw him and I was like, oh, okay. Caleb Banks. I need to start focusing in on him when they actually went full pads and everything. But yeah, man, it was a great week for him. But to me, he flashed, towards the definitely in that second practice on Wednesday.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Initially, he was a bit quiet. Like you said, Lee Hunter and even Jeffrey Emba. And I was gonna
Yeah.
talk about them for a second when we get done with the list. But uh yeah, like those guys were initially like just monsters in the middle of
Hmm.
all those drills and defenses, especially the scrimmages. But Caleb Banks, man, I think he earned my attention the second day when I stepped on the field and I stood next to him and I realized like yeah, this is a really, really big human. like, 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 like some of these guys, like, you know what I mean? Like, you stand next to some of these guys. Some of them are a lot smaller than I thought. Some of them a lot bigger than I thought.
Mhm.
Um, some of them are about the same size I pictured them. Caleb Banks is a person that I thought was massive. Um, but you don't really get that until you get next to him and realize, like,
Mhm.
no, this dude is massive, right?
Yep.
You
Yep.
know what I mean? It's like going to the Statue of Liberty, right? The Statue of Liberty looks like a big statue, right, from a distance in the pictures.
Until you stand next to it.
Yeah, till you get on that little ferry and you get off the boat and you standing at the bottom and you realize, like, whoa, wait a minute, this thing is huge. And so, yeah, man, this dude is a big human being. Like I said, man, to see him win some reps with speed and pass rush moves was, like, impressive. That's gonna go a long way, in the draft, and if he can keep that up throughout his pro days and combines, man,
Mhm.
I think he's a guy who, like I said, people were already high on him, but I think he's a guy who solidified his spot too. If you had any doubts about Caleb Banks, man, he showed why, why you would want a player like him on the interior of your defense.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah,
Agree. Agree.
yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and get to the next guy, flash the list up again. And that guy is Kieran Crawford, right? This Kieran Crawford, right? It's Auburn fan favorite. Got a lot of Auburn fans in the chat. Uh Kieran Crawford showed I think he okay. I don't want this to sound the wrong way, but
Okay.
I think he greatly benefited from Keldrick Falk not being there
Oh, easily. I know
because
exactly what you're saying.
You
Yes,
you see
easily.
what I'm saying? Even because when you think about Auburn's season, just in general, like, a lot of times when we start naming pass rushers from just the season, scratch the Senior Bowl, Keldrick Faulk's the first name that comes up, right?
Yeah.
But then when you turn on the film, and I urge you guys to go back and, look at some of the film, and you saw Kieran Crawford just flashing, man. First of all, eh, he looks like a power forward, bro. Like, he's built like a power forward, tall. I'm not gonna say thin because I don't think he's necessarily thin. I just think he's uh in shape rather. But off the edge, winning with speed, constantly disrupting drills, constantly. Even if you watch the Senior Bowl itself, when he was on the field, he was the first man in the backfield.
Mm.
Him and Zion Young looked a lot like alike when it came to drills and things like that. Um, he, despite this list and where he falls on this list, he is the person I think has the most to gain and actually probably gained the most moving up uh with his Senior Bowl performance. Man, what do you got thinking?
Mm.
What do you think about that?
Yeah. I did an article on him after day one, and I said he shined after day one. I saw it. I was like, man, this dude, yeah, he gonna pop this week. But the thing is, like, I understand exactly what you're saying. He benefited from not having Keldrick Faulk there because the attention would have been on, well, what is Keldrick
Right.
Faulk doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, this guy, like, looking at this guy, Keldrick Faulk would have been like, and everybody knows Keldrick Faulk, but man, him being there, actually he got a sack in the game, as a matter of fact.
It did.
Actually recorded a sack in the game, but all week long, man, another athletic guy that was able to set the edge, that was able to bend the corner when need to be. The only thing that I would say, man, he got to be able to use his hands a little bit better. That's it.
Okay.
Because he I think he kind of tried to rely on athleticism a little bit, and he'll try to dip that shoulder a lot, and then when he
Okay.
dip that shoulder, sometime he'll get caught and he'll get pushed out of the play
Yeah.
sometimes when he's trying to rush the passer. But other than that, man, I think he had a really really good week. Showed just good intensity, man. He was hustling everywhere he needed to go. From drill to drill, he was he was on the first team defense for the American team.
Right.
So yeah, I'm not. He had a solid week. He had a really really solid week. Everybody on this list had solid weeks. You know,
Yeah.
everybody understands that solid weeks. There's nobody at the Senior Bowl that you can sit back and say, well, well, yeah, you can say. You can make an argument for some. But overall, there was nobody at the Senior Bowl that you can say had a bad week. There were just some guys who just had really standout weeks, had a standout
Yeah,
week
yeah, I
at the
see what you're
Senior
saying.
Bowl. You
Yeah.
know, but
Unlike
you
so
know, it was
last
good.
year, there were guys who had bad weeks.
Yes.
Alright,
Yes.
this
Yes, there
year,
were.
it
Definitely a
wasn't that.
quarterback that had one. Yeah, it's
Yes,
definitely a
yeah,
quarterback that had one.
yeah. Um, but yeah, let's go ahead and look at the rest of the list, man, see who we got on here. Number 5 is Seth McGowan, right? This is one that,
Yeah.
a lot of
Yeah.
people were looking at,
Mhm.
you know?
Mhm.
Um, and I got some footage coming out of him, man. Listen, this guy's uh, and there's a video that's already out that somebody else took. I don't know if you guys can search it on X, but it's of them doing, like, the fast feet drill,
Mhm.
and he just, like, blazed through this drill. Like, the his feet were moving so fast, they were blurry. Like, you couldn't even the camera couldn't even capture them fast enough, man, he looked good in all the drills, pass catching drills, he was good. I mean, he got blew up one time by Jacob Rodriguez, but who didn't? Um, but pass catching drills, he was on point. The agility drills, he was probably the better running back out of everybody that was there, to be honest with you.
Hey, I don't know about
Uh,
that one I got a
you
there's a running back that I
I
think
think
was
you
the best running back out of all of them.
I think you probably leaning towards Mike Washington.
You are so correct, man.
Mike
Mike
Washington Jr.
Washington
I thought
Jr.,
about
man.
putting him on the list too.
Hey, hey.
He was great. He was great. I'm not even gonna lie to you. He was great. Not only just on the field, but off the field too. He's like
Yeah, man. Good dude. Good
super
dude.
cool dude. Gave some great interviews and everything, man. But for me, Seth, um, I kind of knew. I guess the reason why I didn't put Mike Washington on this list because I kind of knew Seth was a surprise for me.
Okay.
It seemed like every time we was sitting there watching, and you see a running back break out a play or make a big play, and, like, I can't see that far for real, for real. So I had to ask, like, "Who was that?" And they be like, "Oh, that's Seth." Oh, it's Seth. It just happened so many times. It's like, "Oh, okay, this dude must be the real deal."
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
so yeah, like, I don't know, like, in the SEC, of the SEC running backs, you got Mike Washington there. He definitely, he could have deserved a spot on this list for sure. He had a really good week. Jaden Ott was there. Jaden Ott had a really good Senior Bowl, but he was pretty much non-existent during the week.
The week.
Like,
Yeah. I
yeah,
what you
like,
saw. Yeah, he scored a touchdown in the
yeah,
game. I was like, "Where were you doing the week?"
yeah,
I was like, "I didn't see you do the week, but okay."
yeah. But as far as like drills and things like that, man, Seth was just breezing through these drills. Like you can tell he does these things on a regular, man. So obviously you got a bit of a different opinion. Let me know what you think about that.
Nah, I agree with you on the Seth McGowan thing because on the Seth McGowan tip because like you said, every time you saw him run, every time you saw him run or you saw him in a drill, you would be like, "Oh man, okay." Like it would just catch your eye. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
I'm not disagreeing with you at all. I wholeheartedly agree with what you're saying about that. Uh, so yeah, I don't feel I don't think anything different about that at all. You know, nothing at all. I don't think anything different about it because he did show speed. Now he did have a fumble in the game that kind of
it
well,
did. It
he
did.
fumbled, then the defense recovered it, then they fumbled, which was a call which Pavia
Which
caused the
yeah,
fumble. Yeah.
with a peanut punch too, a textbook
Yeah,
peanut punch. It looked
exactly.
like a defensive back.
He did. But I mean, you watching him and you see him in the game, like he came back and he and you know the best thing about it is he recovered from it. He didn't let it get him down in the game or
Right,
anything like that. But yeah, man, nah, man, I agree. I think Seth McGowan had a hell of a week. He had a hell of a week.
right.
This past week. Now, if you ask my personal opinion between the two I'm picking, I'm
Right,
going
right.
Mike Washington Green all day, every day.
Okay.
You know, man,
Do
speed,
you think
power. Whew.
Do you think he improved his draft stock more than Seth did? Because that's kind of how I based the list.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. If improved more than Seth, no, because I'm gonna say no. And I'm gonna say no for this particular reason, just because, just for the example, because Mike Washington was 1,000 yard back last year. So if you are back and you run for 1,000 yards, you're gonna get, you
Right, right.
know, you're gonna get eyes on you anyway. And then
True.
people gonna look at you and be like, all right, well, what did this kid do? He got great power, can run between the tackles. And if he get outside the pocket, outside the tackle, he can put his foot in the ground and go north and south real quick. And he has speed to do it. Seth McGowan, if I'm not mistaken, was what, a 700 yard, just under 800 yard back last year, which is nothing to hang your head about. But there's a lot of people that had that ran for 6, 7, almost 800 yards. And if you in that pack and you have the opportunity to separate yourself from that group, which is what I think he did. I'm sitting here looking at it and saying, man, this guy had a really good week, and he definitely did that. Like when you talk about the drills, like it was so funny because he was like, we were standing next to him. I was like, you were saying you was like, yeah, that's Seth McGowan. I was like, who? He was like Seth McGowan, the running back from Kentucky. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, all right, cool, cool, cool. And then I went and looked up his stats just to make sure I'm thinking about the right guy. And I was like, oh, okay, I remember him. That's like, I didn't have to do that for Mike Washington because I knew
Yeah, I
Mike.
got what you're
You see what
saying.
I'm saying? But then when you
Right.
see him on the field, when I saw him on the field, I knew exactly who he was at like the back of my mind. Now that I saw him, that I saw him in practices and stuff. So yeah, man, no, man. Seth McGowan. To answer your question, no, I don't think Mike Washington improved his draft stock more than Seth McGowan, but only because I think there was a gap between the two from the jump before the week started. So Seth
Right, right.
McGowan had more of a gap to close between the two. If that make any sense?
I got you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That makes sense. That makes sense. All right, man. So we're gonna move on to the last person on this list. I think this will make a couple people in the chat happy. If y'all hadn't already seen it. I got Josh Cuevas at number 6, man.
Yeah, man.
I
Josh
I
Quavis had a
got
really
Josh
good.
Cuevas. Josh Cuevas had a hell of a week, man. This guy, first of all, he caught every single pass. I didn't see him drop one.
I didn't either. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't see him
Yeah,
drop a
yeah,
pass either.
and I'm talking about drills and everything. If he did, I didn't see it. Um, man, hands like Velcro. Hit his hands, he caught it. Ball behind him, he caught it. Ball in front of him, he caught it. Ball high, he caught it. Ball low, he caught it. Like, he did that very well, very, very well. And you know, I've heard from other people that he did he was really, really impressive in some of the blocking drills too.
Mhm,
Um,
mhm.
so if there's an NFL team that's looking for a pass catching tight end that can do a little bit of everything, Josh Cuevas is probably your guy, man. And not only that, you know, got a chance to chop it up with him. Super cool dude. Super
Yeah.
cool. Very down to earth, man. Really like the interaction with him. What do you think about that, man? Putting Josh Cuevas on this list.
Yeah, solid pick. I have no qualms with that one, man. I had a chance to ask him the question at the end of in the press conference. I asked him the pressure that comes with playing in Alabama.
Right. Which
That's
was a
it's
great
an
question, by
inherent,
the way.
it's an inherent pressure that comes with playing in Alabama. I said, well, how did that prepare you for this week? Meeting with NFL teams and this and going up against what are the best players in college football, and how it's going to help you in the combine, the draft, and ultimately the rest of your career. He gave a great answer. He gave a really great answer
Yeah, he did.
um, about it. But man, nah, man, the ultimate tight end, ultimate Mister can do it all tight end, man. I would you say he's the number one tight end in this draft?
Um,
Okay, let's give context then. Without knowing, without off the top of my head, because there are a lot of guys in this draft. Let's just
right,
be honest. There
right,
are a
right.
lot of guys in the draft because you had the Texas A&M tight end. I believe he was there. You have uh, it was another tight end. It was another tight end. That was another well-known tight end that was there as well. That was making plays, but Off the top of your head, would you consider Quavis to be the number one tight end in this draft?
Um,
I'm gonna say yes.
yeah, if I'm drafting a tight end, it'd be hard for me not to pick Josh Cuevas.
I'm gonna say
Just
I'm
yeah,
gonna say
just
he's
just
number one.
based on what a tight end does, man, he has all of that. Um, yeah, like I said, good blocker, uh, pass blocker, and run blocker. He did good
Mhm,
nose drills. His
mhm.
routes were on point.
Yep.
Um, he caught everything, and I got a video coming out tomorrow about Madden ratings, I'll give you this. If y'all hadn't heard me say this, but like I was asking him his Madden ratings, and I asked him about his hands, and he without hesitation, he's like 99.
Yeah.
99. So every time I saw him after that, I just called him Mr. 99 Hands. And he just laughed about it. It was pretty cool. But man, he's confident in his hands and he backed it up, bro. Like listen, he caught every single ball that was thrown his way. So I think the only if you had a knock on Josh Cuevas compared to some other tight ends, he's maybe not as dynamic with the football. But
It's a fair statement.
how long did Jason Witten play without being dynamic at all with the football? Like,
Ooh, is that a
uh,
is that the comp for Josh Cuevas, Jason Witten?
it could
Mr.
be. I think
Reliable
he's
Mr. Reliable?
he may be a little faster than Cuevas
Well,
though.
I think he who you
I
oh,
mean, he may
you
be a
think
little faster than Witten.
oh, okay, I was about to say, okay.
Especially
Alright.
end of the career Witten. Last couple of years, Witten was catch the ball and get down. He wouldn't give you no yak. Uh, his knees was hurting. Something. I don't know. But yeah, if I'm picking a tight end in this draft, man, just off the top of my head, it'd be tough to overlook Josh Cuevas. If that's my
Yeah,
need and that's what I'm drafting at that spot, it'd be tough,
it'd be
tough,
hard
tough
hard
to overlook Josh Cuevas.
hard pressed not to take him, hard pressed not to take him.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, man, for sure. All right, man. So there's that, man. So overall, Nick, before we move on, uh, what do you think about this list, man?
I think
Just
that's a really
overall in
good
general.
list. Yeah, I think that's a really good list. There's one name that I would add to this list though.
Okay,
One name,
let me know.
McClellan from Missouri,
Missouri,
defensive
yeah, yeah, yeah.
defensive
He had a
lineman.
hell of a day too. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're
McClellan
right.
from Missouri. I would add him to this list. It's probably who I would add
Very, very
between those.
disruptive.
Very, very, very disruptive, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Somebody's gonna get a gym uh when he gets drafted. Somebody's gonna get a gym.
Yeah, for sure, man. He was very, very disruptive, immovable object, also a big human being. uh,
All of them. All of them.
yeah, yeah, for sure, for
Except
sure.
Diego Pavia.
Except for Diego Pavia, yeah, nobody's gonna accuse him of being a large human being. Um, so before we move on to this, I do want to highlight two guys, like we said earlier, man. Two former SEC players that were down there that just I feel like I don't want to use well, I'm gonna use the word. During the practices, because they didn't play in the game, but during the practice, these two players were dominant. Both of them happened to be former Auburn players, former SEC players, one Lee Hunter and one Jeffrey
Mm,
Amber.
mm.
These two guys in the interior on scrimmages, it's specifically Lee Hunter. I cannot stress this enough.
Yeah, man.
Lee Hunter,
Yeah.
whatever teams gets Lee Hunter
Yeah,
in the
what?
NFL draft has a brick wall in the middle of their defense. This
Superstar.
he yeah. Yeah, easily. Immovable object. As much as we praise Jeremiah Wright and what he did in the trenches, Lee Hunter was just as good,
Yeah.
if not better.
Yeah.
Played in the backfield the entire every drill he's in the backfield. If he wasn't in the backfield, he was a clog in the middle. Uh, him and Emba both big human beings. I don't know where they were on draft boards. That's the thing. Now I don't know where these guys were on draft boards, and if they were still in the SEC, they would definitely be on my list. But um, I had to highlight them because they were former SEC players. But I don't know where they are on draft boards as it come to NFL. But I don't know how scouting in the NFL works. But if I was an NFL scout watching these Senior Bowl practice, I'm going back to my organization with the name Lee Hunter
Yeah, easily.
and saying, guys, you need to watch film on this kid because he was disruptive, man. What do you guys say about that, Nick?
Man, Lee Hunter was day one. The two players that I was looking at day one was Jacob Rodriguez, linebacker from Texas Tech, and Lee Hunter, D lineman, formerly of Auburn, but played at Texas Tech. And both of them did not disappoint. They both did not
Right,
disappoint.
right. Yeah.
I'm looking at Lee Hunter, man, and I'm saying, yo, this dude is going to make a organization
Period.
that much better on the defensive line when he gets in that room. He's gonna make them that much better.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And it speaks volumes when the national team head coach Clint Hurt, when he said in the press conference, somebody asked him specifically about uh Lee Hunter. And this is a quote. He said he has every tool to succeed.
Yeah,
Is what he said. He said he has
yeah.
every tool to succeed, but he has to get in playing shape. Is what he said. You know, guys just got to
Mhm.
get in playing shape. And
Right,
that was kind of a sentiment throughout the week as well, because you would hear people saying like, you know, I haven't played in 3 months, or this is my first time putting pads on in 2 months, or things and stuff of that nature. So,
yeah,
I mean, okay, cool. You know, it is what it is. But for a coach to come out and say that this guy has every single tool to succeed, man, that speaks volumes to what he can be in the league. Didn't get a chance to see him play in the game on Saturday because of, well, you know, agents and all other things and stuff like that. But during the week, man, not one practice during the week can you say you did not see this man
yeah,
at least play 1 to 2 yards on the offensive line side of the line of scrimmage and not dominate. It was great to watch, man. It was great to watch great defensive line play like that. And that national team's defense with Kyle Lewis, Jacob Rodriguez, those two linebackers in the middle. Then you
yep,
had Emba and you had Lee Hunter that were both
yeah,
playing. That were both playing. Well, Emba was playing kind of that nose, the zero tech. Lee Hunter was kind of playing that three tech position during the week. That interior was disruptive all week long. Like
yeah.
those four guys were disrupting the the national team offense, who had Pavia, by the way, as their
Right, right.
quarterback. Sawyer Robinson was on that side as well. And I think it's Cole Payton, the quarterback from North Dakota State, or the three quarterbacks. They were disruptive all week long,
Yeah,
and you didn't get a chance to see it because all four of them did not play the game on Saturday. Like it was, it
yeah,
was, it was. But if you were there during the week and you saw them when they went into that team period, that 15-minute team period, and they played and they went head to head, man, it was a sight to
yeah.
see.
They
It
were
was a sight
they
to
were
see.
problems, man. They were problems. And as y'all can see, not a lot of skill players.
Yeah,
Um,
no, no.
Not a lot of quarterbacks. I mean, not that they were bad, but they just weren't the highlights of the evening, right?
Mm-mm,
And
mm-mm.
it wasn't because we were just like I akin it to last year. We went last year and Jackson Dart jumped off the page.
Oh,
Like it
easily,
was just it was a
easily.
no brainer. You look down on the field, it's like, oh, this dude right here is going to the NFL. He's going first round. There's no doubt.
Yep.
So it wasn't like we were just looking in the trenches for trench players. No, they just were that dominant. And they flashed that much, man. Like so that's why I think this draft, like I said, this draft is a draft for the trenches, for the defensive side of the football. Maybe next year's class and next year's draft, if everybody who we think is going to come out comes out, it's going to be a little bit better
Yeah.
when it comes to the skill positions and things like that.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
All right,
Mm-hmm.
man.
Now, to your point. There was one guy that had a really, really solid week. He had a really good Tuesday and Wednesday practice. Thursday was kind of subpar, but from John Carroll, small school, Tyron
Oh,
Montgomery.
Ty Montgomery, yeah.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
had a
for
really
sure.
good week. He had a really good week as well. And I think he moved up on some draft boards.
Yeah,
Yeah, after after his Senior Bowl week performance. But
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
man, I
those first 2 practice, he spent those first 2 practices behind the defense. Like, he was
Yep.
every time you look up, he was behind the defense.
Yep.
Big
Yep.
play, big play, big play. But that lets you know that I mean, we've said it before, and everybody said it. Now, I mean, I'm not gonna say just like we. It's known that, like, you know, at the Power 4 level and at the, lower levels, the skill positions are pretty much the same. You can find these guys.
Mhm.
There's talent there. Where the difference is there's no Caleb Banks at Division 2. Well, there's nobody built like that. You know what I mean? They only make a few humans that grow that big, and they usually play in Power 4. They usually play Power 4 football.
Yep.
So but skill positions, man, yeah, this guy, yeah, yeah, he has the speed, he has the hands, route running ability, uh, just like any other player who would play in the SEC does. He's a receiver that I think could have contributed on the SEC football team
Yep.
for
Agree.
sure, hands
Agree.
down. I'm glad you brought him up too, man, because he's one that I hope actually get some traction, man, because I want to
Me
see.
too. Me
Yeah, I love to
too.
see the lower tier guys get that just do, man. All right, man. So we're going to move on before we get up out of here. I promise you guys that we would get into some interactive elements. I also promise you guys that I would take a few questions. So first of all, before I go into these chats and see what you guys are saying in the comments, I want to let you know if you're late that they're available. Finally available, man. You guys asked countless messages. I don't know how many messages I've gotten about these, but they're available now, man. The gray SECZN hoodie. You can be part of one of the cool kids. Now you got to buy your own shades and your own gold chain. That does not come with it. Uh, just artificial intelligence decided to put gold chains in the hoodies like that, which actually is not a bad idea. I don't know. Make that
Yeah,
happen.
actually pretty
Maybe,
good.
yeah, maybe next year we can do something like that. But yeah, you can get that if you go to the pinned link that's in the chat below. There's a link. You follow that link and you can order one, and it will be shipped out to you in a timely fashion. These are produced and sold by IC Art Designs. IC Art is also my wife. IC Art is her name spelled backwards. And yeah, go ahead and get your one, man, so you can become part of the cool kids, man. Trust me, when you wear this thing, people are gonna want to know who you are. I don't know why it happens like that, but it just does. So go ahead and grab one, man, if you're interested. Got more colors coming soon, so be on the lookout for that. So let's take a look at a few of these comments real quick, man, before we move on to the next segment here. Um, let's see, where did we leave off here? Let's see. We got everybody speaking. Uh, you got Phil coming in saying that's fire. I don't know what he's talking about. I think he probably talking about that picture of the hoodies. S- Phil Will saying, I'm mad y'all was in Mobile, didn't tell me, although I was working during the week. Bro, we told you for like 4 months. We- Everybody knew it
Oh,
was in
man.
Mobile. Like, oh man.
Oh, man, that's
You
funny.
got Ant the insider, man. The only credible insider for real, for real. The rest of these guys, they don't. But Ant, he hadn't been wrong yet. Like you said, he may not be right. It's not that he's not right. He's just not right now.
That's it. That's it.
He said, "Phil, I'll be there for the what does it say? For Joe Kane and Milk Parade."
MLK parade, man.
MLK Parade.
So
Okay, I thought
he
you meant
talking about Joe Kane Sunday and the MLK parade on Spring Hill.
is Joe
Uh
Kane. Joe Kane is the same name of the quarterback from the program.
That's
Does it have
interesting.
anything to do with that?
I don't think so. I just
Oh,
know Joe Kane had like a bunch of wives and all type of stuff like that. And normally Joe Kane Sunday is like the Sunday. Okay, so basically that week, Mobile County schools is out of school the whole week for Mardi Gras,
mm,
and it starts that Sunday. And so I just know Joe Kane Parade is that Sunday, and then Skinny Monday, and then Fat Tuesday, and then Ash Wednesday, and then
mm,
whatever happened Thursday, Friday, and then the Pritchard Parade is on Saturday.
okay. Preacher parade is daytime, right?
It is.
Damn, great.
It is.
All right, and then we got I don't know how to pronounce this. Is it Neurotra? I I'm familiar with like I've seen the name 1,000 times in the chat. I'm not saying that you knew, of course, but I want to make sure I'm pronouncing it right. Neurotra Tez, what's good, my dude? Man, look, chilling, living life, blessed, warm now, not cold anymore. Let's see. It said I think Wright got him a contract with that one game. Yeah, I think that he's got a lot of NFL teams looking at him after the Senior Bowl, man. Uh, it's a crazy thing. He's been that dude. I think he's talking about Jeremiah. Yeah, yeah, he's been a physical presence for sure.
Yeah, nah, Jeremiah Wright gonna play a long time in the NFL.
Says Jeremiah gonna have to pay child support the way he was doing LT Overton.
Oh man, that's hilarious. Tell me after the first
Yeah,
practice, man, they crazy.
yeah. I mean, to be fair, that was just one rip. He didn't continuously do LT Overton like that. Uh, but I don't know if LT Overton won a rep against him though. I don't think they were all just that bad though. I think
Nah, I don't nah.
LT Overton was an interesting one because they moved him around a lot, bro. Like he played, you saw him in like edge rush drills, you saw him in interior drills, you saw him, he was doing some of everything. So I don't know
Mhm.
if that was part of the plan, just to show his versatility. Um, but yeah, he was an interesting one.
Yeah, man,
Uh,
yeah, I agree. I agree.
got everybody speaking. Say yeah, Harden to the Cavs is crazy. Yeah, that is wild.
Oh yeah, that just happened like 20 minutes ago. Man.
Yeah. You know that means that you know who's gonna follow him, right?
Who?
You guys heard it here first.
Don't say it. Please don't say it.
Your boy's going back home and he's taking his
Oh
son with him for
my
his
god.
farewell tour next year. I'm telling you, it's all setting up. It's all setting up.
Okay. All right.
Got Shark checking in saying great pictures. Appreciate you, my guy. Appreciate you. Everybody speaking. He says, what a surprise list. Hey man, listen, I called him like I see him. Call him like I see him. Everybody speaking. Latoya, what's going on? How you doing? And let's see. A lot of curse words I can't say. Coach Carl checking in. Coach Carl
Coach
said
Carl.
black. Black, yeah, black is the truth, man. Ed Hutchins is a bad man too. Uh man, I definitely would have put black on this list if we weren't doing just SEC players for sure, for sure. Uh Caleb Banks, yeah, he made the list, Coach Carl. Let's see. What else we got here? He said, I don't know you and your wife watched it, but it smells amazing. I haven't wore it yet. Yeah, so my wife is actually a perfume connoisseur. So everything she touches is gonna smell amazing. Like I don't know. It just is like you follow her on TikTok if you like. She posts whatever fragrance combination she does. She wears every single day. Uh, she wears something different. And it's kind of her thing. So man, listen, everything. Our clothes are always gonna smell amazing, man. So you get to be the benefit of that. They said, "Were you sleeping on that?" He said, "Who were you sleeping on that made you really realize he was actually a dog?"
Oh, that's a good question.
Oh, that's a
That
good
is a
question right
really
there.
good question.
Who was I sleeping on? Seth McGowan's probably one that comes. just right off the head because I wasn't really high on Seth McGowan. But just man, I'm just gonna say it. Keyron Crawford. I'm not saying I was sleeping on Keyron Crawford, but talking to Keyron Crawford, I did not realize the mentality of this kid and how much of an animal he was. Um, so I'll say those two. Keyron Crawford, not necessarily sleeping on him from production standpoint, but just like personality standpoint, baby. And I'm going to say Seth McGowan because I didn't come to the Senior Bowl expecting to record Seth McGowan highlights, but I did. So, what about you, Nick?
A dog per se, because I'm looking at the roster right now, and I'm just trying to go down the roster and just see who would I say is that guy, because I don't know if I was sleeping on anybody that I was particularly like looking for and trying to be like, all right, everybody that I was keen on looking at, either was what I thought they would be or exceeded what I thought they would be when I see them in person.
Mm,
Um, man, man, I would probably I give you two. I give you two guys. I give you
okay.
two guys. I give you I give you God, dog, McClellan.
McClellan. Okay. Okay.
Chris McClellan, the defensive
From
lineman from
Missouri.
Missouri. I give
Yeah.
you him. I wouldn't say I was sleep on him, but he wasn't somebody that I originally was like keen on looking at until I saw him make a play, and I was like, okay, I need to, kind of look more intently at what he's doing this week. And a guy that's not even in SEC, but Adam Randall, running back from Clemson.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
Running back from Clemson, Adam Randall. Um, every time I would see him in the running back in the linebacker drills, I would see him making some type of play. Now, I'm not sitting here saying that he was a guy that, that's better than that. In my opinion, that was better than McGowan and Mike Washington Jr. I'm not saying that, but when I saw him, he would always, break a run. A bigger back. Um, And every time they would tackle, like even when they were, they weren't tackling, they would just, not take it to the ground. But sometimes they would go to the ground. He would not go to the ground. So
Mm.
I would probably say those two guys, Adam Randall, running back from Clemson, and McClellan, the defensive lineman from Missouri. I'll probably be the two guys that I would go with. And that's tough because I'm trying to think, am I missing anybody else that I can say is there?
Mm. That was just under the
Mm,
radar. That just
I just under the radar. Those are the first two that came to mind. But I'm trying to think of, is there anybody else that I can sit here and say that I was just like, that was surprising, that I was surprised
well,
by.
I'll say this is outside of the SEC, but I don't think what's his name? Kyle Lewis was on my radar for
Oh,
sure.
yeah, the
The
pit linebacker.
linebacker
Yeah,
from Pitt. Yeah, he
yeah.
was all over the place.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
Um,
Yes, he was. Yes, he was. That is true. That is true. Um, that
and
is a good
and
one.
and the safety from TCU, I think it's Caleb Orr, I think his name is.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
all over the place as well.
Yep.
So I don't know if they were like under the radar or just like I didn't watch a lot of TCU football, so I don't know. He was that good already. I know I didn't watch a lot of Pitt football, so this dude wasn't on my radar, but um,
Mhm.
apparently he's been pretty good all year.
Yeah, he had, 79 total tackles this past season, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken. 79 total tackles, and he had, like, a couple of forced, like, a nice size number of forced fumbles and some sacks, so, I mean, it's not like he wasn't on the radar, like, people knew who he was, but, to us down here, if you didn't watch a lot of it, you wouldn't know that unless you just looked at the stats.
Right, right. All right, so let's see here. Ant saying, not the preacher parade. Tim Two Man saying LT begged for another rep against Jeremiah, didn't he? Did the LT ask for another rep? I know Caleb Banks asked for another rep.
Yeah, yeah, Caleb Banks asked for the other rep, but I think the one that everybody saw on social media was I think Joel Thomas was the coach for the American team. I think
Yeah,
he was the one that kind of like set that rep up.
yeah, because he was like,
Uh,
we in Alabama, so we got to
yeah,
do Auburn versus Alabama. Yeah,
yeah.
so that's kind of how that came about. And we got Coach Carl saying I would say number two behind the Oregon tight end. I think he's talking about Quavis. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Oregon's tight end. Okay, okay. He's probably a bit more dynamic than Quavis, sure. Uh, but man, I'm telling you, you can't go wrong. I don't think you can go wrong drafting Josh Quavis as your tight end. Because I'm a 49ers fan. Kittle is injured. I don't know how much longer he's going to play. If we're looking for a tight end, late in the draft, and Quavis is there, I wouldn't be mad at that. I would be mad at that. Even though we probably need to go defense, but I wouldn't be mad at that. All right, man. So this part of the show, I had some more things planned. Well, and we still gonna do a bit of it before we get out of here because I promised you guys some interactive stuff. So we're gonna do that part of it too. Again, if you have any questions uh about the Senior Bowl experience, you can drop those in the chat. We'll get to them before we get up out of here. Uh, but let's see here. How do I want to do this, Nick? How do I want to do this? Okay. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go over to the ranking stage. All right. So this is what we have here. Now my original plan for this was for you guys to pick three of these topics. Now, two of these are interactive games. I'm telling you, you don't know which two. I know which two they are. And the other three are just topics that me and it would give our opinions on. But we're already at an hour. So I don't want to I don't we're not gonna have time to go through all three of them. But I promise you guys some interactive stuff. So we're gonna save this. So I just want you guys to know the format for the next time we do this. You guys will be able to pick these categories. You don't know exactly what's behind these doors. Um, three of these no, like I said, two of these are very, very interactive games, and the other three are just topics that me and Nick would talk about. So that's kind of how this works. You can kind of see that for the future. But we're talking about the Senior Bowl so long, having a great conversation about that. You guys enjoyed that, so we kind of ran a little bit too long, and I don't want to be on here all night. So I'm gonna just go ahead. I know you guys like the interactive games, so I'm gonna go ahead and select no ball. Right, no ball is an interactive game, and we'll go ahead and get that on the screen for you guys in a second. And let me see. First of all, let's get this off the screen real quick, and we're gonna get the poll off the screen. All right, and then we're gonna put our on the screen here. I don't know if everybody can see it. I think it's covering this up, Nick. Is it? Probably so.
Yep.
Yeah. It's all good. It's everybody's favorite game. It's Wordle.
Wordle.
Yeah, it's Wordle. Let me see if I can get this so that they can at least see us. You guys want to see us, right? Let's put it here. Give me 2 seconds. Mm, I may not be able to. Nah, let's see. All right, this should work. All right, let's see. Ah, there we go. There we go. Now you guys can see us. All right, you guys know how Wordle works. It's you guys' favorite game. I've been asked to play this again. 5-letter words. All you got to do is type a 5-letter word in the chat. They are all football related. Again, if you get a green letter, that means that letter is in its spot. where it's supposed to be in the word. We're trying to guess a 5-letter word. If you get a yellow letter, that means it is in the word, but it's in the wrong spot. If you get a gray letter, that means that it is not in the word at all. So, this is your time. So go ahead, start entering some of your 5-letter words in the chat. And it's yeah, of course, we got 5 rounds of this. So we're gonna need to move quickly. I think you guys I think you guys can do this though. I have faith in you. Judging on last time. All right. So we already got Nick registering yards, right? So as you can see by that first one, the R is in the right spot, but we need some more letters. So you guys help them out. Type the words in the chat. These are all football related words. Um, and let me make sure I got it open so everybody's because YouTube likes to block comments. So I want to make sure everybody can participate in this. But yeah, it is going live. So make sure you just go ahead and put your 5-letter words in the chat. Mm, let's see here. And
Mm,
this. Okay. So I can tell you right now, they got downs. So you got 2 people putting downs up there. So it's got a R. The R is in the right spot. So if you get a green letter, it's in the right spot. But you can see from that you got an O and a W that are in this word, but it's in the wrong spot. And again, they're all football related words, right? All football related words. If that gives you guys any type of clues of what the words may be, right? Mm, you got words. Words is a that
yeah, I
was a
just typed
good guess. That was a
just typed
good
it.
guess. I would help you guys out, but I know the answers, so it wouldn't.
This is interesting. Interesting.
Mike McKinney with score. Okay, score is it's a good guess. Um, I can tell you right now, you got an O and a W and a R. And the R is in the middle, so this one's kind of interesting here. So you move those around a little bit.
O W and
Mm, a O W and a R. It's a football related term. Football related term. So all
football
you gotta
related term with an O
yeah,
W and an R in it.
yeah, yeah. So and there's no limit on how many words that you can type. So you can put many words in the chat as you like. You know, just fire away. um,
Hmm.
and if you're lurking, I know you want to participate, man. Jump in the chat, throw a word up, become part of the conversation. This is what we do around here. Have fun, keep it interactive. I'm surprised nobody's gotten this one yet, though. This one I thought was fairly easy. Looks like
I don't know. This one kind of, I don't know.
So what I like to do when I'm solving these, I like to just I know what letters are in there. So like I like to find words, just maybe a word that doesn't have any of those letters, just so I can get more letters. But I think you guys, I mean,
Yeah, I'm confused on this one. Hold up. Wait a minute. Hold up.
Tim the
Wait.
Tube Man says, no idea, man. No idea. This one can't be that difficult. It's a 5-letter word. It's a 5-letter word. It's football related. The R is in the middle, and then there's a O and a W also in the word somewhere. So yeah, just find, you know, I didn't think this one would be that difficult, man. Come on, keyboard collective. I bragged on you guys. Let's I bragged on you guys. I said
Uh,
these are the best Wordle players on the planet.
Imma try this one. Imma try this one. Let's see. Imma try this. Hopefully, this is it. I think this is it.
And again, it's no, you don't get penalized for typing the wrong words. So just throw some words in the chat. Bingo. And that is who got that? Tim the Tool Man Taylor. All right, Tim. So we got Tim winning now, and then we have another 5-letter word. Huggy a little bit late with throw, and Nick a little bit late with throw. But yeah, as you can see, none of those letters are in this one. So,
Okay. Okay. Let's see. Another five letter word.
yeah, another 5-letter words, football related. These are pretty simple though, I think.
Okay. Ooh,
Wow, I've never seen 2 words with none of the letters in it. Okay, let's see what else we got coming up. We got sacks. Um, see, Wade said, "I hate him driving. I can't play, but I'm a winner though." Tim the Tool Man putting up route. Route is a good guess, uh, but it is not the actual word. Although that E is in there though. I will tell you, you guys know that E is the most common letter in the alphabet too.
yes. Yes, it
So,
is.
so almost every word. Well, I'm not even gonna say almost every word, but majority of words are gonna have an E in it. Okay, we got score. Tim the Tool Man. I think Tim kind of gets it. He's just throwing out words. I like that. I like that.
Mm.
Yeah, this was easy. This I thought this was simple too. Mhm. Let's see here. So the E is in there, but it's in the wrong spot. Look at Tim the Tool Man Taylor
Wow.
again with another one. Are you cheating?
Wow.
Are we cheating?
Wow.
All right.
Wow.
Here's the next one. Okay, so we
Okay,
got
here
some
we go.
words
We got
queued
a,
up
we got a lot
already.
of them in here. We got a
Okay,
lot of
okay,
them in here. Okay.
okay. So we got 7, we got zone. So you can see that the E and the N are in the right spot right there. Uh, so E is the second letter, N is the third letter. Tim says he's counting on my finger. I'm counting on my fingers. Oh man. All right. So let's see what we got. Fence was a good guess, Tim. Neil was also a good guess. And you guys are getting close. Fence is actually a good guess. So you got the N and the C all in the same spot. All football related words now. Think about it. Mm, all football related words. Again, if you just now getting here, man, jump in the chat, throw some words up here, try to guess these. They're all football related terms. It's all fun and games, man. Let's see.
Oh
We
man.
got Dwight coming in. Dwight with bench. All right. So Dwight moves up to second place with only one win. He may be able to steal this thing. So, all right. Here's another football related term. All right. I give you guys a better hint though. This one is a SEC football related term. How about that?
Okay.
I hope it doesn't throw you off, but once you see the word, you'll understand why I gave you that hint. It's a SEC football related term. All you got to do is start typing 5-letter words in the chat, and yeah, we'll start playing. Mm, beans, cheat. Okay, it's got it. It's got an H in it. It's got It's got an S in it. It's got a T in it. It's got an O in it. The O is in the correct spot. Uh, okay. So the O is in the correct spot. All right. This is a SEC football related term. Shout out to Huggy for guessing SECs, and not this time, Huggy, man. I appreciate that though. I appreciate that though. Let's see. Ant put in heats. It's not coming up yet. Slots. Listen, that was a good guess, right? Because what Huggy did, and there's Dwight with it. South
Oh
is
man.
where we play football at in the South. So this is interesting. So you got Tim the Tool Man and you got Dwight. If one of them win this, they win the whole thing. All right.
Hey.
So there's an opportunity here. I think is this the last one? Is this round 5? Not sure. Let's see here. Yeah, this is a football related term here. Another football related term. Um, and this one should be interesting as well. Plays was a guess. Let's see. I don't know why it's not registering so fast. I don't know about that. We got score. So you got a C in it. The C is in the word. The E is in the word. They're in the wrong spot though. And then we got throw was a good guess. Drive was a good guess. So there you have 3 of the letters. You got a C, a T, and an E, all in the wrong spot though. So let's see. Mm, Nick with a great word. Cheat. I think he may be on to something here. We got 4 letters in the right spot, trying to guess 1 letter, which is that second letter. And we got Dwight coming in with cleat.
Oh, come
It
on,
takes
man.
it. He actually beat Tim by just a second, too.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
Yeah, so let's see here. That actually concludes our leaderboard game there with Dwight taking the victory. Uh Dwight taking the victory here, and he actually, I think he got in late in on this. So Dwight, man, like we always do about this time, man, you go ahead on, type up your winners, your victory speech, put it in the chat. I'll read it aloud, and you can let everybody know how much better you are at Wordle than them. So you go ahead and drop that in the chat. And while Dwight is, I'm not gonna say that, Dwight. That is included in your winning speech. I'm
Not
sorry.
saying that.
Yeah, I'm not saying that. So, uh, let's see. Ant says it cheated him for like 3 rounds. Man, hey, listen, it's got some kinks. We're working those out. Tim says autocorrect got him. And then we got Dwight saying, "Hey, yeah, you know what he's saying." But yeah, go ahead and type up your victory speech, man. We will read that in the chat. And let's see here. Let's go ahead and move this out of the way. Get back over here. All right. Let's go back to this stage here. All right. And while he's getting that ready for you guys, again, you guys asked, we made it come true. The SECs and hoodies are now on sale. Just click the link that is posted in the chat, and that way you can purchase one and you can be part of the cool kids. Again, like I said before, the chain and the shades are sold separately. That does not come with the hoodie. So you have to provide that yourself. Uh, but they are available for purchase if you guys want to grab one. A lot of people been asking me about this. Got more colors coming soon. Got more colors coming soon. A lot of people in the chat say they're waiting on a black one. Nick, I got an idea for a black one.
Okay.
Uh, I'll just say I'll put it to you like this: the black one will have different colored letters.
Oh snap.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah, yeah. It's
snap.
gonna be a little different. So once we get all the colors up, man, we'll of course, updated, and you guys will be able to see them. But as of right now, we got the original gray, the OG gray SEC's hoodie available for purchase. All you gotta do is click the link that's pinned in the chat, and you can grab one and be a part of the cool kids, and take a picture of it. Matter of fact, put on some shades, turn your hat to the back, and take a picture like that. That'd be dope.
That would be dope. That would be
That
dope.
would that would be amazing. All right, man. So this has been a fun episode, man. Got a chance to chop it up about the Senior Bowl, do some interactive things. Senior Bowl kind of took a lot of our time. And we got some comments coming in. So we got Dwight with his victory speech. And he says, I want to thank Bear Bryant, Nick Saban, Big L, and Nick. I think that last part is for you to read.
Not saying it. I'm good. I'm good. I'm
Oh
okay.
man. Oh man. But yeah, that's his victory speech, man. Shout out to Dwight for coming through, man, and taking the wordle from from Tim's grasp at the last minute. It's a comeback victory. He's laughing about it. He says, then what about DeBoer? What about him? What about him? We listen, we got some interesting stuff coming up about the season. This off-season content is about to kick up, so we're gonna have some Kalen DeBoer discussions if you guys are here for it. Since he still gotta earn it. Let's see. OU running back. Yeah, yeah. We was talking about Jaden Ott earlier, coach. Uh, and Huggy says, need an orange and blue one. Hey, I gave it a thought. Team colors. I gave team colors a thought. Um, we're just trying to make that happen, man. The more colors we get, the more moving parts we have here. And it's like, we just got to get that nailed down. Fortunately for us, crimson and white covers a lot of teams in the SEC. So,
It does. It kind of does.
yeah.
It kind of does.
Yeah. So, yeah, we may have team colors coming, Huggy. You may have been reading my mind. TCU guy. Yeah, absolutely. We talked about him too. Couple guys from Tennessee. Colton Hood. Yeah, I think he had a pretty decent showing. Renton linebacker too. Renton?
Oregon.
Oregon. Okay. Oh, I see. I see. You said Oregon linebacker. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. He ended up starting because Jacob Rodriguez didn't play in the game.
Mm-hmm.
And then let's see, you got Wade said, I wore mine Saturday with some blue sweatpants and my black and blue Air Max. See, he was clean. I guarantee you he was clean Saturday, man.
He was cleaned. That's what he
He
was.
was clean, man. Yeah, man. So, man, we about to get ready to get to the outro, man, because been on here for a while. I do want to update you guys on one last thing. I don't have a graphic for it, but I want you guys to be prepared. I'm starting next show. I am going to be taking hot take videos. What I mean by that is I'll have a number, which I already have a number. It's for my other business, but I'm going to share it with you guys. Telephone number, and you guys will be able to text me 5-second hot take videos, right? So 5-second selfie video of you giving a hot take. If it's over 5 seconds, I'm going to cut it off. So I don't want to hear a paragraph. I just want to hear your quick hot takes on college football, or whatever you want to give a hot take on. You can say anything you want. You get 5 seconds, 5-second video. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to compile them, uh, and that'll be how we end our shows. so so get ready for that. I'll start taking those next week. So start thinking about it. You can start sending them. I'll probably put a post up actually on YouTube with the number so you guys can start sending them. And I may actually get some of my content creator friends like Nick and B Sharp, Coach Carl, and all of them to kind of do this first so that we'll have something like an example for you guys. But yeah, I want to give you guys like listen, I'm dedicated on making this thing as interactive as possible, and I want you guys to be as much of part of this show as possible. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and I want it to have at least less moving parts as possible because this is a lot of work, and I want to make it simple on me but fun for you guys. So get your hot takes ready. And if you already have my number, you can just text it to me, or you can find me on any of the social medias. But 5 seconds, that's all. That's all you get. 5 seconds. And in that 5 seconds, you can tell me anything about SEC football, the upcoming season, your team, uh, what type of music you like, whatever. You know, 5 seconds, and then we'll display those on episodes at the end of episodes, so that you guys will get some airtime. So let me know what you think about that idea, and go ahead and prepare what you want to say. Because if there's something that you always wanted to say to us or somebody in the chat or about a team, but you never really had the platform to do it, well, you're about to get that moment.
About to get it.
So, so hey, get your 5 seconds ready. And you don't have to make just one. You can make a couple of them, but they can only be 5 seconds. And we're gonna display them, and it should be pretty fun. Also, be on the lookout. I guess I should do this during the outro. So let's go ahead and cue up the outro real quick. Ah, there we go. Also, content coming. More of the Senior Bowl stuff. Actually, I got videos that I'm actually working on this screen right now. Now I'm supposed to have out today, but I'm gonna have them out first thing, hopefully first thing in the morning for you guys. So be on the lookout for that too. Follow us on TikTok. It's SECZN, posting it on there as well. Trying to post on all these social media platforms, but it's kind of tough because I'm not really a social media person. So it is kind of tough getting this done, but I'm dedicated to getting all this content out. Also, I'm trying to. There's something I'm missing that I want to tell you guys. So I told you guys about the 5 second videos. So be on the lookout for that. SEC Senior Bowl content. Oh, also be on the lookout. I don't know if it's gonna happen Thursday, if it'll start Thursday. I actually kind of told Nick about this during the Senior Bowl, but on Thursdays, be on the lookout for SEC in the morning. Hey, can't commit to it every day, but on Thursdays, you may get SEC in the morning. I'm talking about on your way to work in the morning. Nice little hour morning show. Still in the works of putting that together, so be on the lookout for that. And that's it, man. Appreciate you guys for joining us. As always, like I said, this is a lot of hard work. Please go to everybody's channel that we're associated with. Like the videos, subscribe, watch the content, man. That's the least that can be done to repay us, man. And I'm gonna let Nick tell you what he's got going on, man, because Nick happens to be the hardest working man in the business.
Nowhere near
it. Nick, what you got going on, man?
Hey, Water Cooler Talk Sports, man. We appreciate y'all so much, man, for continuing to rock with us here around the water cooler, man. Thank y'all so much, man. Check us out Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, around the water cooler. And of course, man, we put out videos, at least 4 videos a week, 7 a.m. Monday through Friday, man. So we appreciate y'all so much for that. Also, go check out www.watercoolertalksports.com, man, for all of your college football, SEC football, and of course, Auburn football news in written form, man. So we appreciate y'all so much for that, man. On our way to be considered legitimate media, and we appreciate y'all so much, man, for rocking with us. Thank y'all so much, man. Shout out to Tez for always allowed us to come over here and rock with them. Appreciate you,
man. Already. So yeah, make sure you go over to watercoolertalksports.com. Check out Nick's website and the articles that he's written. Hey, you may get articles from SECZN soon.
Yep.
So, go ahead and check that out too, man. So, hey, man, like I said, it's always a pleasure having you guys in the chat, man. This is always a pleasure. It's surreal sometimes to know that like people actually want to listen to my takes on football, which is crazy. But man, I appreciate you guys. It looks like, man, I'm looking in the chat. It looks like people are saying, hey, that morning show.
Great idea.
Okay. Hey, man, I'm trying to get the details out to make that happen. Like I said, I don't know if I can commit to everyday morning show, but Thursdays is a day that I may be able to do something in the morning for you guys, man. but I got to find a theme and a name and all that good stuff. So it's still in that process. I don't want to put it out half baked. So it should be coming soon, man. It should be coming soon. All right, man. We gonna get up out of here, man. I don't know what else to say. I've thought of everything. I had a whole list of stuff I was supposed to run down to you guys, so hopefully I covered all bases. But if I didn't, you'll catch me on the next episode and we'll chop it up then. As always, man, it is SE season, and we out. Peace.